It's Liz, the Tombstone Tarot, and I'm back with another video. Let's take a look at Washington, D.C. As I said before, he was going to try to do martial law. He's trying in Washington now because he can, because Washington basically gets its money from the federal government. So, unlike other cities, really can't sue or do anything, it's kind of tough. But if you see all the crime, National Guard there's picking up trash. Hey, let them pick up trash, who cares? But also what's happening is, because he also took over Union Station, because it's a disaster. No, it's not. Union Station is beautiful. I've been to Union Station. Maybe it doesn't have enough gold. Amtrak is also in a gray area. It's not federally owned, but it's not a separate company either. So that's just why he's starting with this. But what's happening is that, you know what? Tourists aren't going to come anymore. It's going to be a ghost town. Hotels are empty if they're not already. Restaurants, unfortunately, are going to close. People are going to be out of work. I think people will just end up moving out of Washington if they can. The poor can't. He's trying to, homeless people are disappearing. He's just putting them in prison is what they're doing. He's picking up people of color off the street. American citizens are not. They're just, there was a video of a young African American male just eating a sandwich on the side of the street. All of a sudden, they got swarmed. He refused to show any ID because he doesn't have to. That's the law. You do not have to. They did not have a warrant. He did not have to show ID. So they beat him up and arrested him. For what? He was sitting on the side of the road just eating. But not a homeless person. He was just eating. That's all he was doing. And they arrested him. There's going to be so many lawsuits. This is a litmus test. Now he's going to try to go into Chicago. He's already, trying Los Angeles, but I think, are they still there? I don't think they're there in the numbers that they were before. How many National Guards does he think he has? I mean, nobody's going to say. The red states are the only ones. Nobody else is going to. What's going to happen is there's, Washington, D.C. is going to empty out. There's going to be nobody there. No business. Nothing. Kennedy Center, planning to empty houses if they perform at all. His Kennedy Center honors is going to be a disaster. He's going to have to bring people in. I'm wondering if one of them might just back out after what they've seen. And this is only temporary. He will leave. But if he tries to go into Chicago's going to be a different story. There's going to be protesting, all that. Pritzker already said that he will, this will go to court. The maggots may want this, but people don't want this. Republicans always thought about less government, less taxes. This is more government. And by the way, crime, there's more crime in the red states. Mike Johnson's area in Louisiana has some of the highest crime in the country because people are dirt poor and desperate. But do you see him going after? No. He's threatening George Soros again. I mean, it makes no sense. And where do you think, and of course this is costing us billions. He's bankrupting the country. He thinks we have an unlimited source of income. He's bankrupting the country. Like his businesses, he's going to bankrupt America. And he's stealing from the Treasury. I promise you, folks. For entertainment purposes only. He's stealing from the Treasury. It's because he thinks it's his personal piggy bank. All right, let's take a look at Washington. The people are fighting back. And again, people are laughing at him by posting pictures of the National Guard picking up trash. You know, crime. And again, let him pick up trash. It's trash, let him pick it up. And what's also going to happen is people are not going to join the National Guard. They're going to say, F this. People are not going to enlist in the Army. If things get really, this economy gets really bad, as I think it's going to be, people might get desperate enough and join ICE, because even though there's no benefits, it's long hours, it's morally depressing, but for a paycheck, don't be surprised if people get desperate enough. But even then, I think it's going to be in small numbers. So I said before, I know it looks like he's winning, and right now he doesn't. He feels like he definitely thinks he's a dictator. He's enjoying this. He's loving every minute of it. He works like 45 minutes a day. Because as I did the health reading before, he's in poor health for entertainment purposes only. And when he does his news conferences, that's his work for the day. The rest of the time is executive time. Stephen Miller, that Russell, whatever his name, Heritage Foundation, they're the ones who are running the country, not him. He's just a figurehead. He comes in and does his press conferences, news conferences, and then he leaves. And that's it for the day for him. Anyway, let's take a look at Washington. Free DC. All right. Shuffling. Let's cut the deck. Show me DC. Free DC. See the guy who threw a sandwich at the National Guard or whomever there? Jeanine Box of Wine Pirro has been unable to secure an indictment against him. We should all buy Subways. Show me Washington, D.C. Ultimately, D.C. will be okay. They're just going through a tough time right now. Again, here's the emperor. This is all Putin. I'm telling you, he's telling that idiot what to do. Here's the loser, leaving it all behind. This is him trying to leave the Epstein files. You cannot let Epstein files fall to page 15 in the papers. Epstein used to stay on the front lines, on the front pages. But this is him trying to walk away from the Epstein files. Ultimately, all this will be revealed because the moon kind of shines, the dark secrets and all that. Epstein. He's trying to walk away, but you won't be able to leave Epstein behind. And of course, as always, chained to the devil. Chained to Putin. This is just a distraction. He doesn't care who he hurts or how much money he spends. And we won't know until after he gets out how much, because he's going to bankrupt the country. Like he bankrupted all his businesses. I don't know. He's a terrible businessman. To be a penny, yeah. Those dark deals, you know. Crossroads. Who's at Washington? Well, I think it's D.C. D.C.'s at the crossroads. Ultimately, they will be okay, and even better. But this is normally dark money. Well, of course, he's Putin, the Heritage Foundation, because Heritage Foundation, they want militarization, they want a dictator, they want the whole country under martial law. Stephen Miller. So again, Washington, D.C., for them is just the first step. They think they're going to try Chicago next. They're going to be in for a rude awakening with Chicago. Show me Washington, D.C. Go through my cards. Yep. Again, illumination, because we got the eye here, illumination of what Trump's really doing, who he really is. I mean, even there'll always be a percentage that will follow him off the cliff, but the rest of the Republicans are saying, like, no, we don't want this. We didn't sign up for this. We want lower egg prices, not a militarization of the country. So this has been eye-opening for a lot of Republicans. Trying to figure out who was Washington, D.C., because right now they are imprisoned. But as we said before, they'll come out of it all right. But this is also, you know, the idiot in prison, because he's chained to Putin, chained to him. And again, a strong woman. Could be a Letitia James. Could be the Mayor Bowser. It could be the women of Washington, D.C. But the women, again, will somehow rise up and liberate. And will liberate Washington, D.C. Can I give you a time frame? No. My guess is probably at least for the rest of this year. We'll see what happens then. Once I think Daddy realizes that he may lose the midterms, even though there's districting, watch him loosen up on Washington. Look, throw 3 more cards on Washington, D.C. Yeah, I just got that hit. Once he realizes that he's going to lose the midterms, even with all that underhandedness, because Musk won't help him this time. Yeah. People of Washington will get their city back. Courts. And how they're going to do it? By the courts, by protesting, what have you. People. It's not going to be one thing that's going to loosen up. I think, again, once Trump realizes he may lose the midterms, he may unleash his hold. Because he realized somebody might finally whisper in his ear and decide to make it look bad. And again, things will go back to normal. Yeah, I just got that hit. He may loosen up some of the stuff he's doing, probably like on Washington, once he realizes that even with all the redistricting and what have you, that he may lose in the midterms, at least lose the House. So he may try to, be your buddy in an effort to win, but that won't work. I still see us taking the midterms. Because I think even if they do the redistricting, Republicans have had it. They'll vote for a Democrat this time, and hopefully they'll remain Republicans, but they're going to want him out. Again, that's how I see it. Impeachment. But we'll see. If we can get him out sooner than 27. I've never seen him do 4 years. That I know he will. I can just almost guarantee he won't survive till 28. He'll either kick off before then. He'll get impeached. I think he's going to get impeached and then kick off. But that's my feeling. If we can get him out sooner, great. I think also what's going to start coming out is what's been going on, what really happened with the elections. What's the name of that organization? Right now they're in Rockland County doing counts, and other areas are going to start doing recounts, and somebody's going to start talking, and it'll start coming out slowly that the 24 election was rigged. Musk did it. It still wouldn't change anything because unfortunately the election was certified. So, but yeah, as I said, but actually I still think the wheels are starting to fall off the bus. I really do. This is not good. His poll numbers, I know I'm talking too long, but his poll numbers are continuing to drop, and they will continue to do so, especially Epstein. The economy is really going to start taking front and center. But the poll numbers are tanking, but they're still not low enough yet for the Republicans to really do anything. I told you they have to get in the really low 30s, 20s before they'll break with them. And I'll leave it here for entertainment purposes only. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.